briefly, and we have the shirt. Stand up for me, Dawn. This is our shirt. This is our shirt. Do the pose. That's our shirt. And our message is believe, belong, and become.
How much is the shirt?
Those shirts are ready to get ordered. I think they're going to be $10. I think they're 10 once we get the size. And they're going to be in a variety of colors. And our heart is to be able to have the money when everyone comes to Christ. Anyone who becomes a part of the family and they get saved, they get a shirt. So that's part of what we're working on doing. Mother Teresa said this: I alone I cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. And God has given us power and ability, gifts and talents. And everyone in this room, we're all different. Our strengths and our weaknesses are different. But we're standing on the rock, which means we're part of the rock. The Holy Ghost dwells on the inside of us. And so every one of us have a stone. And I believe God's going to use ripple effects for us all to begin casting to make many ripples. To make many ripples. And so the heart of what we're doing, people want to know, what are you guys? The best way to describe this is we're a center for discipleship. Amen. What's our focus? We're part of the kingdom. We're not in competition with anybody out there because we're gap filler. As Sean said to me in the back, he says, you're picking up where the church lets off.
Yes.
He says, Keisha, how can we help you? He says, because people are so concerned about what they do by church. He says, but it's when you leave. And he said, how can my wife, how can we come along? Because we want to be a part of this. He says, because this is kingdom. And that's our mindset. It's not about church. It's not about denomination. If you look at your sheet, I gave you guys a flyer, one of the flyers for the center. It says we're multi-generational. This is about the recenter now. A place where generations can connect and skills are developed. Here we invest in our youth. We challenge our peers and we encourage our elders. We're community building. A place where people can daily explore connections, questions, and truth. We serve the homeless, the wealthy, the Christian, and the non-Christian. Skill sharing, a place for workshops on marriage, finances, parenting, life transitions, and much more. A place to learn and grow in a safe and trusted environment. This is who we are. And then there are some of the things that we're going to do, resources and connections. We're going to be doing the resource counseling training in just a few minutes. We do Live at 5, which is a message and a meal. Workshops, training and development. We're talking to Marilyn on doing an art class here, and I'm excited about that. We're going to have some, on Tuesdays, we're doing Change the Way, WEIGH, and I'm excited about that. My inches are changing. The scale I ain't gave yet, but the inches are going. So the scales are going way differently eventually. Yeah. We have truth and discipleship through Bible study, which is the heart of what we do. We care, which is something I'm excited about doing, and that's having a time where we have an open door and hot meal, where we just cook a meal and anybody can come and eat. We're working on that. Miss Sandra, that's a part of you, baby. I want you to know. Okay. I'm just saying. Not to call you out or anything, really. Just saying. But then we have youth gatherings. We started doing a Bible study on Wednesdays at 4:30 for no other reason than I realized the adults and leaders that are a part of this come under attack. And we got to cover our children. Yeah. So, and what happens on Wednesday at 4:30, it's open to adults too, because what I'm doing is reteaching a lesson from 12. So if you're ever not able to come at 12, at 4:30, I'm doing it with the youth. And Phyllis has been there. Are you enjoying it? Yeah. I'm taking the message and we're just doing it in a youth version. Because God said, and what happened is our Victoria will be graduating next year. And I'm like, okay, we got to make sure she's getting fed the word. And I was going to do it with her. And as I was preparing to do that, the Lord says, what about other people's children that are associated with this? So we do that. We got a coffee club. Well, I'm excited about, for those who know me a little bit, I enjoy coffee. So we have coffee with Keisha, which we're doing a couple times a month, but then we're going to start to have connections and conversations. Why? Everybody can't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Everybody can't go to Starbucks. So how good does it feel sometimes just to sit there and enjoy a cup of coffee and relax? We're going to have, where the table is set up for the food today, we're going to put magazine racks there. We're working on a library. So people can come while we're open and enjoy a cup of coffee and read. The whole point of this building feeling like a home is because some people's homes are at unrest. There's no peace. So having a place that they can come and feel the love. I gave a tour yesterday to a couple ladies from Raleigh, and they said, I feel like I'm in a living room. It smells good, it's homey. I said, that's what we're going for. So that people can enjoy home with dignity. Just so you know, those who are not staying for resource counseling, we have the shower room that we're getting finished, and we have laundry facilities so that people can that are homeless or people that don't have running water can get a shower, can get a load of laundry done. The kids can watch TV, and the mom can just sit for a minute and feel like, I'm okay. I can be a human. And we're going to have boxes, places to where we're collecting toiletries and toothbrushes and soaps, because every family that comes and do that, we're going to send them out with a care package. Right. Here's toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant. And people say, how are you going to do that? I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to send them away with towels and washcloths. Because you know, I've had young people that didn't have bad cloths. Yeah. How many of you got in your closet that you just don't ever use because down the bottom? You don't even rotate them out. So we wanted to give them a towel and a washcloth. Go do this. Take this feeling with you home. That's who we are. Marilyn, you had something?
Yeah, you know, I noticed, and I meant to ask you this before, you're doing a lot of things. Are you going to, at any point, have a clothes closet?
No. No, here's what we're doing. House of Hope. We're not doing anything anybody else is doing. So House of Hope is where we send people, because if they don't charge. I send all my clothes and all that other stuff to House of Hope, because I can walk in there with people and they just walk through it straight down Wesleyan in Peddler's Village. I think Robin does it. They're only open on Fridays 11 to 6, and you walk in, there's no charge. You can go in and get clothes, it's whatever you need. No charge, no question. Christian run, so all our clothes go to House of Hope. People drop off stuff here all the time, and I'm like, I ain't got some space, and so I take it there. You know, if something happens and we're able to, when it happens, when we're moving into the facility that we're housing 8 to 10 families and we have them coming through, we'll probably start keeping some reserve. My desire is to be able to start keeping some spare stuff here for emergency situations if someone needs a shower and don't have clothes, but we don't have space here. Right. And we've, as Eric says, babe, we've already outgrown this place. Yeah. And you know what? It's okay, because now we're already looking for the next place for its next need. But this is the training center. This is the training ground. And so we already know that. So, but we are going to begin to put, here's what I imagine, having Ziploc bags for the outfit for size this. You know, having some little baggies like that. But as for everybody drop off what you don't want, no, it ain't that type of party. Not going to do that. Good. A small stone may make a ripple at first, but someday it's going to be a wave. Yes. It may make a ripple at first, but someday it's going to be a wave. Yes. As I had Dawn share and stand up, I think it was Trishanda who says, what's your mission? You got to be able to say that thing. You got to be able to know that thing. For us, believe, belong, become. Believe, belong, become. That's it. Believe, belong, become. How is that? Let me tell you why. We want people to first of all believe in who God is. When they figure out who God is, they can figure out who they are in Him. Once they understand that, then they realize I belong to something greater than me. My life is not my own. My choices have consequences. I don't have to go out here and let a man abuse me or take advantage of women. I don't have to try to fit in someplace, because I belong to the kingdom. Not only do I belong to the kingdom, I belong to the Ripple Effects family. Because here's what we say. People in this room and people that connect with us, and this is not as in they don't have another church. Even in this room right now, we got a variety of churches. I care less what your home church is. This is not what that's about. But once you become a part of us, you become a part of the family. Yes. And as we talk about resource counseling in a little bit, everyone who walks in that door is a friend. Yes. And they are a friend until they become family. Yes. That's our mindset. There are no strangers. There are no guests. There are no visitors. They are friends. When we have people visiting first time, whatever, it says welcome friend. Amen. So you're either friend or family. Amen. And the goal of a friend is to love them into the family. And then when you know who you are in Jesus and you know who He is, you can become who He's ordained you to be. And when you realize that, then you'll understand I'm designed to make ripples. That's right. It isn't something I got to get. I am a ripple maker. I am a ripple maker. So often when life gets hard and things are difficult, hold on, girl, you're a ripple maker. You don't have time to waddle. You ain't got time to whine. You are a ripple maker. Act like it, talk like it, move like it. I pump myself up. I start playing that rocky music in my head. Oh! And somebody looking at me might think I'm crazy. I am just a little bit. But I have to remind myself, wait a minute. I'm going to make a wave. Right. This ripple, I don't know where it's going to end. I look at Crystal and how we connect get connected. But then she came to Church on the Rise because she said I was there. Then she came to the Making Peace with her pastor. She wasn't planning to stay because she didn't like nobody, y'all.
Yeah,
She was still trying to figure this out. She wasn't feeling us. But what happened, we loved on her. And then when she tried to get ghost, we stalked her like she was MIA. When she tried to run and get missing, we were like, no, girl, we family. I know you ain't calling me for a season. I was texting her. I was calling her. She won't hit me back. I don't care. My feelings ain't hurt.
Yep, that's right.
What's going to happen? You going to tell me to leave you alone.
Okay.
And then eventually she picked up. Am I lying? But you know what? That turned into a wave. That's been about a 2+ year wave. But what if I'd have stopped? We don't know where it's going to end.
That's right.
Believe, belong, become. Everybody in this room has experienced rejection in some capacity.
Yes.
Get the door for me. Everybody. Everybody. So, you know, we all fight to belong. That's why we got gang issues. That's why we got all that stuff. No, we're going to fix that.
Keisha, what number do you want us to give people? Like if they talk about the recenter or representative? I know you don't want it to be yourself.
200-4885. It's on the bottom of your sheet. 200?
No, it ain't.
It's not on this one. Okay, this is the wrong one, y'all. This is when I printed for you
Yeah,
guys.
this is up top.
It's up
This
there.
one, okay, gotcha.
It's
I
the
changed
top
this
two.
format. The other one does. The one that goes out doesn't have the hat on it. So I put like
This one.
it's on. I put it on
The
the.
second page.
Yep.
It's on the front page.
It's on the front.
It's on all of them. So,
Yeah.
but the phone number here is 200-4885.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to tell you, and then we're gonna be done because Eric took up 20 minutes of my time. I'm just
Oh.
So y'all, partnership and success. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go through it because I'm gonna be done on time. I promise y'all that. I want you guys to realize that we have policies and procedures. I have a business background. And everything, and look, these are policies for everything, procedures for everything that are being signed off on. We're not going to be haphazard in doing this. We want to be excellent because we want to be blessable. And Trishonda said it. We want to be duplicatable. Pastor Richard came here and prayed, and he says, Keisha, I see these sprouting all over the state of North Carolina.
Yes.
I see them sprouting.
Yes.
And I'm like, I hear you. So when she said that about Blossom,
Yeah.
and she said God gave her that this morning,
Yes.
that's where that's from. So what you guys have in your hand is you got a volunteer rights manual. I'm not going to read this to you because you can read.
Yeah.
But I want you to understand how we treat our volunteers because right now we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
You're a volunteer staff.
Yeah.
We treat you like a staff. We are staff. So we're asking that if you are signing up today, if you complete your application, and I pray you complete it and give it to me before you leave. I pray you look on the sheet here, on the volunteer opportunities at the recenter, and you find yourself. You know, I hope you can look through these and see what we have. The volunteer roles include the direct client support. I want you to see all that. I want you to be able to take that and be able to pray through that thing and see what your connection is. So when you leave today, I want you to be able to give me the volunteer statement of understanding and compliance. Why? Because we're all about confidentiality. We ain't going to be up here taking people's information, spreading it, and we are not going to be up here gossiping.
All right.
You know, you'll see, as a volunteer, you're going to see information, you get access to stuff that you need to forget you saw. It needs to stay here. You know what they say about the locker room? What happened in the locker room, stay in the locker room. What happened at the recenter, stay in the recenter. The only thing that leaves out of here is our prayers that go with it. So I want you to be able to complete this. I told him, Eric, you took up my time, so now I'm finishing on time. The volunteer application, yes you did. Volunteer application, this, and if you take a moment to complete the volunteer manual, on the back page, you don't have to do it today because I know you don't have time to read it. I was going to kind of go through it a little bit. But I want you to see the confidentiality disclaimer on the back. That's important because trust is everything. Once it's broken, it's broken. And we're going to get broken people, and the last thing we want to do is add insult to injury. And the last thing we want is for somebody to come through here and then to hear their business on the street. Or say, so-and-so told me something. Because here's the thing. That ain't going to happen here. That's just not. We got zero tolerance for that. So, confidentiality disclaimer. So, please see Sharday or Cabriana with those papers before. If you are really got a heart to volunteer and this is what you're here for, please give me those applications today. I'll be finished with the meeting, but if you just take a minute to get that completed or to read over the disclaimer so that you can make sure you're in agreement so we can have those papers because we're going to be excellent. When that grant money comes in for us to secure a housing unit to house 10 to 15 families and they're talking millions of dollars, when they come in here and audit us, I want us to be excellent without reproach.
Amen.
And we can't do that unless we are handling our business because it's coming.
Yes.
It's coming.
It is.
It's coming.
Yes, it
Are
is.
you saying we don't keep these, we need to read it and get the whole thing?
Well, you know
down?
what? You can keep that. You know what? I didn't mean to do the double copy. Here's what'll happen. On that back page, you can sign it and just take a picture of it for me. All I need is a picture to print with it to put with your application. So if you just take a picture of the disclaimer statement and your signature, I'm fine with that. It should have been separate, but I was trying not to kill trees.
Well, I wrote on the back of mine.
That's fine. Well, all I need is a signature. Or if you don't, or how about this, even sweeter? Sade, you sign it and let Sade take a picture so she can print them all out for you. Just sign it on the back and she can take that. You go with that. Any questions? Because it's 1:30. Any questions?